Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News live stream, guys. This is my first live stream. I'm trying it out, guys. All the movie news that comes out during the week, I put out videos for, and I figure I might as well just try putting on the camera for 10 minutes, doing the headlines for the movie news of the day, and just get through it. And if some people join on the live stream, that's great. If it looks terrible, then I probably won't do it. But guys, guess what? You know what? I got to work with the settings, with the OBS, and it's going to be a learning process. So this first week is going to be rather rough around the edges. So please bear with me as we get through it. But on today's movie news, we're going to be talking about the box office report, some Indy 5 set photos, Spider-Man, is he going to face Venom? Yeah, there are plans in the works for that. And who is the Spiderman3 No Way Home villain? There's some speculation out there that we should take a look at. And Emma Stone addresses some Gwen Stacey news, some rumors, and then we'll end off the show with some Suicide Squad new photos that we'll take a look at. So this is how it's going to work, guys. All of these time codes will be put down in the description for you guys after the show is premiered, because I don't know what the time codes are going to be for right now, but it's going to be about a 10-minute show for you guys, 10 to 15 minutes. And if anybody ever joins the actual live chat, then we'll take on some comments and stuff like that to wrap things up, but it's going to take some time to get there. Let's just move on with the box office report for this weekend. Now, guys, guess what? In the United States, it was a long weekend. It was the Memorial Day weekend. So there are some numbers we're going to have to take a look at here that'll be a little bit different than some people's. But looking at the first image, sorry guys, this is how it's going to work. All right. This is how it's going to be. It's going to be really rough around the edges, guys. Domestic for 2021 weekend, May 28th to the 31st. Now, this is the Memorial Day weekend, so it's including Monday's numbers as well. Now, there is just the normal weekend, just with Sunday's numbers, but we're going to look at the long weekend because it's the domestic numbers that we really care about. Let's go through the top 10. Number 1, A Quiet Place 2 with 58.5 million. Number 2 was Cruella, 26.5 million. The number 3 spot was Spiral, 2.9. Wrath of Man, 2.7 was number 4, and rounding out the top 5 was Raya and the Last Dragon, 2.5 million. The only thing that I really want to note here too was that World War Z was re-released. I didn't know that. It raked in a cool 448,000. 100,000 for 448,000. Whatever, guys. That's I like World War Z with Brad Pitt. But let's just talk about the big headliners. A Quiet Place 2 and Cruella. As you know, I was looking forward to these movies to see them in the theater, but where I live, we're still in lockdown, so I can't go out and see it yet because the theaters are still closed. But if you have been able to go out and see it, I envy you. But let's talk about Quiet Place 2's numbers. Following the events home, we're doing the synopsis, but whatever. The domestic gross is $58.5 million. That is spectacular for an opening day weekend. And now I can see why Krasinski and Emily Blunt were crying foul that it's only going to be a 45-day window when it should be a 90-day window before it goes onto the streaming services. But you know what? Internationally, it also gained $22 million for a worldwide $80.5 million for A Quiet Place 2. And I hear good reviews. I'm going to try to get my hands on a version of it sometime this week, hopefully, and I can watch this movie. I've really been looking forward to it. I'm a huge Emily Blunt fan. Guys, the numbers are really positive. I really like this direction. People are just excited to go back to the theaters. That's what's going on. Continuing on to Cruella. What were Cruella's numbers? It was 2.6 million domestically, 16 million internationally. Okay, well, 42.6 million worldwide. That's not that bad. And I hear that some people are mixed on Cruella. I want to see it because I'm an Emma Stone fan and I think that she's fantastic. And I know that it's not that you're taking a villain that you're supposed to hate and you're trying to make her sympathetic. You're supposed to empathize with her. That's not what you're supposed to be doing with the bad guys. They did the same thing with Maleficent, and I actually kind of like those movies, the Maleficent movies. But maybe it's because I'm an Angelina Jolie fan. But anyway, Cruella, did you see it? That's a pretty good weekend for the opening box office. And is that a picture of Emma Stone in it? Because she's got sort of like that Dalmatian look. I don't know if that's a fan video. or fan image or whatever, but I think it looks okay. And if that's in the movie, yeah, they're really hinting at the Dalmatians. But we have to talk about a little bit more about the box office. We got to take a look at some international numbers that will involve Fast 9. And primarily with the Chinese box office, because Fast 9 is out internationally, guys, and it's been hitting the Chinese markets pretty well, with 20 million there this weekend alone. And then A Quiet Place 2 opened up in the Chinese market at third spot with the 14 million. Stand By Me, Doraemon 2. I never even heard of that. That's probably like an anime or cartoon or something. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know the international markets all that well. A little bit of the markets from India. But the Chinese market, I want to bring this up because Fast 9, everybody's looking forward to Fast 9 here. We want to see some action. I'm not hearing good reviews, but let's just take a look at the Fast 9 numbers. In China alone, it's made $136 million. Worldwide, it's made $229 million. And it's not even hit the domestic market. And so it's rumored that Fast 9 has about a 200 million plus budget. It's already made that budget back, which means, well, you know what? Everything else on top of here is cake. It probably needs to make somewhere in the market of 400 to 500 million to break even, but it's made its budget back. So it hasn't even opened up here in the domestic market, Fast 9. I hear the reviews are not that good, and the trajectory of it has been going downhill. We'll see how it fares. We'll see how it fares when it opens up here. But we had to talk about it because it is important, because Fast 9 is slated to be one of the big movies of the summer. Probably cracking $1 billion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Indiana Jones 5 set photos reveal new locations. Yes, Indiana Jones 5 has started production, guys, and that's good news because, well, obviously Harrison Ford is getting much older, and the movie's slated for July 2022. Has Mads Mikkelsen in it, and it's directed by James Mangold. And recently, Mads Mikkelsen was quoted by saying he's read the script, he likes it, and guys, that's good news. Mangold, he directed Logan, so come on, guys, come on. This is going to be cool. Don't worry, these set photos don't spoil anything. I just wanted to more or less highlight that, hey, guys, we're underway now for Indy 5. Guys, guess what? Look at these set photos. It's just construction sites. I mean, come on. Somebody broke that and they're like, ooh, Indy 5. Yeah, watch that. I don't know, guys. And yeah, there's a castle sort of burnt from the inside. You can't make anything of it. Don't worry, it doesn't spoil anything. But let's talk about the big story for today. Venom is eventually going to meet Spider-Man. Yes. In an interview recently, Sanford Panic? I don't know how to pronounce it. He was in an interview with Variety, and he had some quotes that we're going to look at about Spider-Man eventually facing off with Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom, which I think all of us really want to see. Who is this Sanford Panic guy? There he is right there. He was recently quoted while he was talking about the casting of Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven, which we broke the story for last week. I'll leave a link to that up in the cards above. But there he is. There's that guy who makes a grotesque amount of money. And what education did you have to get that amount of money? That's just gross and disgusting. But let's continue on with the actual quote. First quote, we don't really think of our 900 characters as the Spideyverse. We have a Marvel universe. The volume of characters we have, wait until you see this next Venom. Okay, you don't miss Spider-Man. But it'll be exciting if they do meet, right? Close quote. So yeah, so he's hinting that there's some seeds there that are going to be planted in the next Venom, Let There Be Carnage movie, which I did a trailer reaction. I'll leave a link to that one too up in the cards. But you know what? I think that's awesome. I think we all want to see this version of Venom face Spider-Man eventually, and hopefully they have to team up to take down Carnage. I think that's the way I would want to see things. And if you go on and read the article on Variety, it's all out there now, so guys, don't worry. These quotes will be up there for a couple days. You'll be able to find it. And he closes off with this last quote. Let's start that again. Quote, there actually is a plan. I think now maybe it's getting a little more clear for people where we're headed. And I think when No Way Home comes out, I think more will be revealed. The great thing is we have this very excellent relationship with Kevin Feige. There's an incredible sandbox there to play with. We want those MCU movies to be absolutely huge because that's great for us and our Marvel characters. And I think that's the same thing on their side. So there's but we have a great relationship. There's lots of opportunities. I think there are going to I think that are going to happen. There's lots of opportunities that are going to happen. There are lots of opportunities, I think, that are going to happen. Yeah, that's a weird... Sorry, I misread that. Guys, guess what? I think that's great news. I think that means that eventually, I think they're all going to meet up together. When I was talking about that Kraven story, how they're establishing Venom, Morbius, Kraven, all of these bad guys, is going to be like the reverse, the Sinister Six, which we're going to talk about it here in a few moments, of all these bad guys coming together. And then they're going to face Spidey in a big Avengers-style movie, and I think a lot of people will like that. I think that's what a lot of people will like. When these bad guys have had their own solo movies, you built them up, we know who they are, and now they're going to face off against Spider-Man, who we all know. It can be epic. That will be epic, and I think that will be cool. I want to see that. Okay, guys, what's next? Let's talk about Spider-Man. I hope you didn't see my desktop there. But let's talk about Spider-Man. Willem Dafoe is reportedly Spider-Man No Way Home's villain. Now, this one caught me by surprise because I hadn't heard anything about it. There was no rumblings about this at all. None. Zero. And I was kind of like, well, you know what? I have to figure out where's this coming from. So I was reading this article here on Coming Soon, and we all know that there's going to be other villains in Spider-Man No Way Home, with Doc Ock coming back and stuff, like Electro coming back, and it's going to be like the live-action Spiderverse, right? And there's some quotes from Collider's people and Grace Randolph here that she says that, it's going to be true, and she says that it's 100% true. And I was like, I don't really care about that stuff. I just find like the speculation of it. You think we would have heard more than just from insiders, right? We would have heard what's Willem Dafoe been up to. But it's interesting news. It's fascinating. Can he be the one masterminding, bringing together a Sinister Six, which I think is what they're pointing at, right? Is that somehow he's making all of these bad guys come together. He's like the kingpin. So if that is the case, that would be cool. And that will blow people's minds when they see Spider-Man No Way Home. Because so far we haven't seen any inkling that this was a possibility. As I said, if you follow Willem Dafoe news, and there's been nothing. Right? Until now. And if other people are talking about it, I just thought I'd bring it to your attention today, because if it does materialize into something, then we got to know about it. Originally, Spider-Man's coming out December 17th, 2021. When they release the full trailer, hopefully we'll get more revealed into that. And when the trailer drops for Spider-Man No Way Home, I will do a trailer reaction for sure, but it's just speculation for right now. And talking about speculation, let's move on to the next story. Emma Stone denies appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home because they figure, well, you know what? Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire may be in it, so is Gwen Stacey in it, and she says no. That's it. She's not in it as far as she's telling anybody. She says she hasn't done anything for it, right? And it's on the Twitter page for MTV News if you want to check that out. But let's wrap up today's movie news stories with a new image from the Suicide Squad. Yeah, the Suicide Squad is one of my most anticipated films of this year because it's James Gunn. He's just got this eye and flair for this kind of stuff, and it's not a mind-blowing image, guys. It's on his Instagram page. There he is, and is this the bad guy right there with the things coming out of his head there? And there's Polka Dot Man standing behind him. So, like, the costuming is just out of this world, man. I think that for the most part, this looks like it's going to be pretty cool. The Suicide Squad. So, guys, that's the live stream for today. That's how it's going to go. I hope this works, because if I can do it just like this and just run through the stories like this, talk about it, I can maybe even do it more than once in the day, and then I can refine it. Maybe I'll do it twice, and then I'll finalize the last version where I feel whatever version I did was better. And then, as I said, once this starts taking off and there's some actual people in the live chat, then we'll start addressing comments and stuff like that too by rounding out the show. But that's the way it's been today for May 31st in the realm of movie news. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Did anything stand out to you? And hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up. And you're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines.